let people. Whoa. What the fuck? What is that? Man, what the?
They should honestly, they should kiss and then get jumped by the MFT. Yeah, you knew this was happening.
Okay. Now I got.
Do we get the Wyatts though to save them? Hold on. Do we get the Wyatts to save them?
Okay. We're ready. Still don't. Let me write out this itinerary right here. So. Let me make sure I have my top 10 list too. Glacier, what up, dude? All right. Okay, I do. All right, we ready to go?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Just don't know how I'm gonna start this. Like, let me think for a second. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me. Okay.
Don't think too much, man. Just do.
Well, like I know, but I want to know what I want to say. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
All right. All right. So when I introduce you, are you gonna say something?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be like, and then co-host JP, and then I'll say like, obviously it's like the first episode, gonna mainly be centered around the NBA. We'll probably talk other things too. Whatever we're feeling. Wow, Glacier, that's hilarious. Thank you, bro. I might have to turn those off. I might have to turn that off. Turn off the noties while we're recording. You didn't hear that, did you? I mean, but they're gonna hear it if we record. Okay, it's just a YouTube subscription, right? I can be part of it. Hey, listen, we didn't start the recording yet, Glacier. I'm probably not gonna interact with chat when we do, but hey, if it happens during the stream, then you'll make the podcast. That's all it is. But that could get crazy at some point. We'll probably be okay today, but at some point that could get crazy. Dude, shout out Glacier though. First YouTube member, bro. That's actually so cool. You're the first. You're the first member. Number one.
Fire.
That's so fire. Thank you, brother. All right, I'm gonna hit record and we're gonna dive in.
Let's dive in, brother. Episode 1.
Good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the first installment of the Pick and Pod podcast. My name is Joe Shank, joined by my host, JP McGee.
Yo, happy to be here, man. Finally, we are on this thing, finally doing this. It's about daggone time.
Finally decided to actually get on here and record an episode. We've been trying to do this for however many days, and now we're here.
Honestly, man, it's crazy because like we've done this before. This isn't our first go round of this. This is our first go round of the new name, but
the new name and
get this going
hopefully
the right way.
Getting it out on other platforms. So before we get into it, we're gonna tell you guys a little bit about us and about what we're gonna be talking about. But If you are listening on YouTube, I would like to remind you to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. This is going to be going up on my channel. And then we're also going to be making a channel dedicated to the podcast as well. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple Music, any other podcasting platforms, leave us 5 stars, leave a like, whatever it may be. We appreciate you guys tuning in. I'll let you talk a little bit about what the show is going to be, but it's really just two guys who love basketball first and foremost, and we're going to talk a lot about basketball. We're going to talk a lot about the NBA. We're going to debate a lot of things, but we're also going to dive into some other stuff.
Yeah, man. Like you said, mainly basketball centered. We'll talk about our own experiences with the hoop scene and whatnot, but I think also diving into current events around other sports and just current events in the world is just good things to talk about and engage with a different audience outside of just NBA stuff. And there's plenty of other current events that people want to hear about and talk about. So I definitely think we could tap into that stuff, but mainly basketball centered around our Golden State Warriors, our LA Lakers, Steph Curry, LeBron James fans right here. So
I like that you said the Warriors first. That makes me very happy.
Did that for you.
Definitely. But a lot of you may know me for sure from streaming and content creation as well. So I want to talk about things like that. I think that'll probably be like towards the end of the show when we get into just banter about whatnot and whatever it may be. But we wanted to start it off talking about Russell Westbrook and him signing with the Sacramento Kings. Now, when we brought this up the other day, the first thing I said was, who is even on the Kings roster? Like, should we talk about that first? I think we named a couple people. Obviously, Sabonis is on there. I think Malik Monk still plays in Sacramento. Like, I'm gonna look up the Kings roster real quick.
I mean, they got a decent little squad over there in their starting 5. Outside that starting 5, it gets real dicey though.
So who would be their starting 5? They just signed Keegan Murray. They did re-sign Keegan Murray. I saw that. Did you see his contract?
No, he probably got way too much money than he deserves.
It was like 5 years, 150 million, I believe. Let me look that up just to double check. 5 year, 140 million. But yeah, he got 140 million dollars over 5 years for Keegan Murray.
What did he do in the last 5? How many years has he been in the league? 4,
I mean,
5 years?
he had a really, really good start to his career. I believe he had a down year for the last couple of years. I'm gonna pull up his stats real quick. His rookie season, he averaged 12 points, 52% from 2, 41% from 3 his first year, and then he went down to 35% and then down to 34% this last year, which is still good. I mean that's fine.
Terrible,
like,
but what's the show for that? Like, we're not winning games. We're not winning. I mean, they won a couple playoff games. But
I think 3-point shooting is just really valuable. So they're seeing 34% on how many attempts? Averaging 6 attempts. 34% on 6 attempts is worth. I mean, is it worth 150 million over 5 years? I'm not 100% sure.
But he's supposed to be the 3 and D. He's supposed to be that defensive stopper on the other end too.
Yeah.
Not saying he's going to be, but that's what you're paying him to get.
We brought this up too. We remembered that Levine and DeRozan were in Sacramento. Yeah. That was the biggest thing.
I said, outside of that starting 5.
Who's going to be their starting 5? They have Dennis Schroeder, Dario Saric. Okay, I mean they have a team. They're not going to be in the playoffs.
You got Sabonis, Levine, DeRozan, Westbrook should be in that starting 5.
I was going to say, what would be their starting 5? It would probably be Westbrook at point. It's probably going to be Westbrook, Levine, DeRozan, Sabonis, Saric. I mean, they have Maxime Reynaud. I don't know anything about him. They have Isaac Jones.
Dennis Schroeder's probably making too much money. He's going to have to start. There's no way they could get him 6 man. He's going to start.
Isaac Jones did not play much for them last season. Never mind. But he's only 6'9". Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting roster. But just the signing of Westbrook, I think, is what we mainly wanted to talk about before we tailed off a little bit there.
My thing is, like, why?
There were a lot of talks about him going overseas as well.
He should have just retired. This is going to be
I don't think he wanted to retire, but
no, you don't want to retire. He's probably not ready to retire. But like, there's plenty of guys that are retired right now that could probably be playing in the league that are overseas. Like, the majority are big men, but the fact that Russell Westbrook still has a job in the NBA is kind of like, is he producing? What is he doing?
We'll see.
We'll
definitely see.
I feel like there's way too many times where we're still seeing Russell Westbrook on a Shaq and a Fool highlight doing something crazy outlandish that he has no business doing in the NBA in an NBA basketball
I
game.
mean, we'll see if he can produce. I think Westbrook somewhat contributed to wins until he got to LA. So we'll see if he turns it around. I liked his stint in Denver last year. I think he contributed well there. I think he can still contribute to winning basketball, but Sacramento just seems like a place to go and die almost. The way that DeRozan and Levine is now there, and I don't think Levine. I
know it's not. What's his name no more?
It's not Mike Brown anymore.
Mike Brown, yeah. Almost
it is.
Ballhead,
Did they sign? They signed Doug Christie.
Who? Would they find somebody from Best Buy?
I thought. Wait, no. Doug Christie's notable, but
never heard of him.
I didn't know if it was an interim or if it was official. It looks official though. But either way, we'll see what Westbrook can do.
Official head coach.
There were too many talks about him going overseas, and I didn't want to see that for Westbrook. So
we'll see what he can produce. I didn't watch this podcast today, but I seen a thumbnail of the Gills Arena podcast, and they were talking about the Westbrook trade, and like the title of it was pretty much "I don't like it," and is he tarnishing his I'm not even gonna say somewhat, but his Hall of Fame career, because I think at this point he's a Hall of Famer.
Absolutely, he's a Hall of Fame.
I think in a sense, if this doesn't go right, then if we have another LA year for Russell Westbrook, this is gonna be a bad look on his resume.
But his Hall of Fame status doesn't get questioned. That's not what you're saying, is it?
I'm not saying it does, but I'm not
averaged
saying
a triple-double for multiple years, and I think Derrick Rose is probably going to be the only MVP that maybe doesn't make the Hall of Fame.
What justifies going here other than
Russell Westbrook will be in the Hall of Fame? We can pull up his resume, but I
don't deny that. I think more so the question that they would have raised in that podcast, like I said, I didn't watch it, but it was more so in my eyes like, what is the point of going here? Like, why are we? What is he, like 37, 38? He's got to be up there. No, he's not probably not that old.
No, Westbrook is 36, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably 36.
Yeah. Nonetheless, bro, shout out to Russ. He is 36 because a lot of people
play as long as you can.
A lot of people like hate on Russ, and I did for a little bit there for sure when he was on the Lakers and he was doing what he was doing because that was ugly. But
yeah.
He deserves to he deserves to still be in the league, and he deserves like more respect than he gets, I think. Oh no. Ricardo, we're recording a podcast, brother.
I'm out of here. My bad.
Later. I'm gonna actually move us right now. I'll edit this out of the recording.
It's all good.
Move
little guest little guest for us in the middle there.
Okay, wait. Just turn this back on. We can just edit this out of the recording. I can edit this out of the audio file too. But let's just pick up where we left off. Shout out to Russ, man, and
shout out Russ. He's definitely doing his thing. Play as long as you can. I hope the Kings have a decent season. Like you said, it kind of feels like you go there to die.
We can talk about playoffs and like maybe there'll be a play-in team. That's what I have right now, but we can talk more about that later. Did you have something that you wanted to bring up after the Westbrook thing?
Like I said, I was looking through some Instagram posts here. It wasn't anything like crazy or outlandish off the walls, but it was just a funny thing that I saw of old, just because I got the Chicago hat on right now. But from Basketball Fever on Instagram, G League MVP and 3-time NBA Slam Dunk Contest champion Mac McClung signed a deal with the Chicago Bulls. Now, I don't know how credible this Instagram page is. I didn't look this up myself. But not even 2 hours later, they then posted Mac McClung has been now waived by the Bulls.
2 hours
Why
later?
did we sign Mac McClung? if this is true, why? In what world is Mac McClung gonna have any?
I mean, I see a report here where he got signed, and then I'm also seeing a report where they waived him. So maybe it was a mistake. Maybe they like second guessed it. I don't know. That's very, very odd, though. What?
Very odd, man. Like 2 hours later, like what did they get him on a plane and then?
Mac McClung's been waived by the Chicago Bulls just 3 hours after signing him. Players that
Maybe
go to
even
the
the
G
hotel.
League are often signed to the NBA affiliate and then waived so the NBA team can retain their rights.
So
That's
he's
what
probably gonna be
happened.
on their G League team.
He
Then.
will be on the G League team, and the Bulls will retain his rights. That's what happened.
Yeah. So like if he ever gets pulled up, type of
Well, he
vibe,
can still
right?
get pulled up to other teams.
To other
but-
teams.
Yeah, but the Bulls will have him under contract, basically. I believe is what that means. Or
So-
have the rights to his contract.
Gotcha.
Either way.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know how much that G League stuff, how all that goes.
I think
or,
like not no disrespect to Mac McClung, but I don't think he's really contributing to an NBA team anyway.
that's
so.
what I was saying. Like I didn't really understand why he was signed, and then waived so fast. I mean, it made sense why he was waived because, like you said, it doesn't really make sense of what he's contributing. But the signing just was kind of interesting to me. But I think this page here that I found, it would be cool to like kind of pull some current events that are going on in the NBA. They got some season debates. They talk about how Joel just got cleared to come back from his knee injury, so he should be coming back against Minnesota tonight. Actually,
As in right now?
right now, that's what it said 9 hours ago. So he should have played.
I would just pulled that game up and then I turn it off. Oh yeah, it's over. I mean, look at the box score.
That's
He
the
played.
box scores. Yeah, maybe he played tonight.
Joel Embiid.
They won.
Played,
Philly won 126.
He played 18 minutes. He shot 5 for 10, 2 for 4
Nice.
from 3. Made both of his free throws.
Take that. I mean,
DJ Edgecombe played 34 minutes. Shot 2 for 6 from 3. 10 for 18 from the field. 26.
Philly's- Yeah,
Wow.
Tyrese Maxey's gonna be
5 steals for VJ Edgecombe tonight. Did Ant and them play?
22 off the bench.
The Minnesota
Quentin
Timberwolves did
Grimes.
not play. The Minnesota Timberwolves
Like
did
any of
not
the starters.
play. No.
No, these were randos. I don't know who these guys are.
Leonard
These are
Miller played 30 minutes. Shot 7 for 10. Don't know who you are, brother.
Yeah,
Good shit.
21 points. Do you
Very
think?
well done.
Ball out.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, that's definitely
Yeah,
something
those
to pay
are, like,
attention
the
to
kind of
if
things,
you want to
yeah.
use that. I definitely wanted to bring up this Steph Curry, Steve Kerr thing and just see if you had any thoughts on it. I don't know how much there is to build on from this, but it was a pod or not a podcast, a report. Also not a report, an article by Anthony Slater, who covers the Warriors for ESPN, and it basically talked about the relationship between Steph Curry and Steve Kerr, and I just think it was a really, really good read. If you guys are listening to the podcast and you happen to read it, he also got a small hit on ESPN where he talked about kind of just the gist of the article, but it just talks about how from the beginning, when Steve Kerr initially came to the Warriors, Steph Curry wasn't necessarily not in favor of Steve Kerr coming to the Warriors, but he was not in favor of the Mark Jackson firing. He was a huge Mark Jackson guy. He wanted Mark Jackson to stay. And the article discusses like how they went on this golf trip when Steve had, like, just got hired, and it ended up being great for their chemistry because Steve told Steph, like, hey, I don't just want to blow this thing up. I want to build on what you guys are doing because I think you guys have an excellent blueprint going on here. And at the time, they were also trying to trade for Kevin Love. And so they talked about it like back and forth. And Steve Kerr was very pro Klay Thompson because Klay Thompson was going to be the one centered around the Kevin Love trade. And that's just kind of the beginning of the article. It goes on to talk about, like, I don't know if you know, but Steve Kerr isn't extended through this season. Like, his contract is up after this year. And he basically came out and told the media the other day, like, yeah, I'm not talking about any extensions right now. Like, we're going to get to that when we get to it. But I'm not talking about that right now. And that kind of blew up because everybody was like, is Steve Kerr going to leave? Is he going to take another job? Is Steph Curry going to get coached by another coach? And the article just compared them to as kind of like, it goes all the way back. Like, I know you might not know, Red Auerbach was like Bill Russell's coach. So they were like an iconic 1-2. And then like you got Jordan and Phil Jackson, obviously. Like, Steve Kerr and Steph Curry have spent more time than any of those guys together. So Steve basically said, like, yeah, I haven't renewed my contract. We haven't done an extension, but I'm not gonna leave Steph Curry. I'm not gonna go coach another team. And so I just love the article. I don't know if you have any thoughts on just the
Honestly,
Warriors in general and like
I think it speaks volumes of Steve Kerr as a man and as a coach not to want to talk about his contract extensions and not want to deal with that now. He's like, let's just play it out. You know, I think he's bought into, obviously this is the Warrior culture. He's spent the last X amount of years building this culture around what he thinks a team, what it takes to win a championship, and it takes Steph Curry shooting the mess out the basketball, and it takes Draymond Green knocking people over and setting screens, and at the time it took Klay Thompson doing Klay Thompson things, and I think he knows basketball is at the forefront of his mind. He's like, contract will be contracts, and that'll get taken care of when it needs to be taken care of. So it just speaks volumes to how much he cares about the game of basketball and how much he cares about the Warriors, even though he knows at the end of the day he wants his, because he's put so much into it. Like that's always going to be in anybody's mind, but he knows that he wants to win basketball games, and him thinking his contract is in the forefront is not going to be what wins basketball games.
well, the thing about a coach like Steve Kerr is he's not worried about his contract. You don't have to worry about your contract if you're Steve Kerr. He's not like most head coaches going into their contract year. Like he could go coach another team if he wanted to. If he was like, hey, like
teams would bite
I don't want I don't want to coach the Warriors anymore. Like every single team would be lining up to offer him.
100%.
So
1000%.
But he
the
also
only way Steve Kerr doesn't get a job in the NBA is if Steve Kerr says, I don't want to coach anymore.
Exactly. And if that is his choice, then he walks away gracefully and into the Hall of Fame as a Hall of Fame
sunset,
coach.
Like Hall of Fame coach, probably he's a Hall of Fame player too.
He could go back to broadcasting if he wanted to, and he'd be a great broadcaster. And any TV network would be biting at the, like you said, the heels who have him. So he's in a great spot, and I'd hope and pray that. And I think it will happen that he will sign an extension and coach out Steph Curry, because I think that's only right. I think that they will retire together. I think that they have this window now where they're rejuvenated. They got Jimmy Butler, they've got Al Horford and some of these guys now. I know everybody wants to talk about how old Al Horford is, but listen, guys are playing older and into better at a higher age, like more than ever. So I think Al Horford is an unbelievable fit. They literally tip off in 9 minutes, and I'm like kind of upset that we're doing this right now because I really want to watch Steph Curry and Al Horford play basketball tonight. But
so let me ask you real quick on the flip side of that, because we're talking about contracts and whatnot. The person who's signing that contract, the front office, man, the general managers. What do you think their mindset is going into this season if Steve Kerr doesn't want to talk about his contract? Like, are they planning successors? Or are they thinking about people on that coaching staff? Or are they just, we're going to ride it out and wait till Steve Kerr's ready to talk about that?
There's no way to know for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I would think that they are on the same page or the same mindset that I'm on, as to like, he's going to re-sign after this year. Like, we're going to negotiate. We're going to line his contract up with Steph and Draymond's and Jimmy's, and that's going to just be the end of this era. I don't get the feeling that this is like the last dance. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get that vibe this year, because Steph is still at the top of his game and doesn't look like he's slowed down at all. Like, Jimmy's still really good. Draymond is still a good cog in the Warriors system and still does what he needs him to do. Steph Curry, I don't care what anybody says. You can look at the history. You can look at the on-off numbers. Steph Curry has always been better when Draymond Green is on the floor, and that's just a fact. So he's his
enforcer out there.
But just the chemistry too. Like, he knows where to go, and that's why I'm so excited to see Al Horford play with Steph, because Al Horford is a genius on the basketball court, and he's openly stated in interviews how like terrifying it is to play against Steph Curry, and like how panicked you are at all times to make sure that he doesn't get open, and how he's going to use that now that he's on his team. And I talk about his gravity all the time. I talk about that's the reason he'll be able to play forever, because everybody on the court is always going to be all eyes on him at all times, and you can always be effective that way. So I'm so excited 100%. For this Warriors season. I think they're a championship contender. I had a $100. I told you this. I had $100 bet. I was staring at it the other day on the Warriors. It would have paid out 5 bands if they won the championship, and I didn't do it. So if the Warriors win the title, I'll still be happy, but I also could have been up 5 bands.
Could have, but I tell everybody that likes to gamble, and even if they don't like to gamble, I'm not a gambling man. I think it's all rigged anyways. They probably know who's winning the chip right now. And in my opinion, it's probably OKC.
You sound like my dad. You literally sound like my dad.
If we're really gonna be honest about what's going on, but so we getting into this top 10?
Yeah, let's get into the meat and bones. We haven't even really mentioned it yet, but the title,
I
you guys
know.
have seen the title of the episode. You've seen the title of the main thing that we got going here. We're going to be ranking, in our opinion, the top 10 players in the NBA. We're going to be starting from 10 and then going up to number 1. I definitely want to start with some honorable mentions because the number 10 spot was tough for me. I ultimately went with who I went with, but I think there are a few guys in the list. Did you have any honorable mentions that you want to bring up?
I honestly don't. I really base my list.
All right, well, let me just do mine then. Let me just do mine then. The first name that I want to mention is Cade Cunningham because he was my first honorable mention. He was the toughest person for me to leave out of the number 10 spot. I think that Cade, I don't know if he's going to take an insane leap, but I think the Pistons are going to continue to get better. And I think Cade Cunningham is somebody that we're going to be talking about in MVP conversations.
I was just about to say, man, I really think.
I think he's.
I think
that
he's
this
year. I honestly think Cade could be in conversation this year, depending just based off of what Detroit did last year in the playoffs and what that team is building over there.
With the East being wide open as well, man.
Wide open, man. It's going to be real scary. I think
it could be a really big year for him.
Because Detroit has always been written off as one of those teams, like you said, with the Kings that you kind of go to die. I haven't seen the Detroit Pistons be good in my lifetime. They were good back in the days, bad boy Pistons, all that. Like they were good. I'm not going to discredit that at all. But like we're talking about the 2000s, early.
We haven't seen much.
We ain't seen
the best that I've seen Detroit before last season was those like 2 Blake Griffin years.
Yeah. And
he was cooking in Detroit those couple of years. He really
but they
was.
sent Blake out there to die. It wasn't because
he was cooking out there
and be cooking. Like that came out of nowhere. He was definitely cooking though.
I had 3 more names that I wrote down. I can just go through them real quick. The first one was AD. I think Anthony Davis can still be a top 10 player in basketball, fully healthy and fully at his best.
Fully healthy, definitely.
For sure. Donovan Mitchell was another name that I had down. I think they could be the best team in the East. You could argue if he's going to be the best player this year. I almost wrote down Evan Mobley, but I didn't do it. I think Evan Mobley's gotten that much better, especially with his offensive advancements. Evan Mobley is
this year.
Was he not last year? He was, wasn't he?
Wasn't he? I think he was.
Why do we not know this?
If he doesn't, he goes back to back. If he wasn't last year, no, wasn't it? No,
I'm almost certain it was Evan Mobley. Yeah, so I don't know if he goes back to back.
I think he goes back.
You screwed me up there. I did know that. I swear I knew that. You confused me. No, I'm kidding.
In a way, judging yo b-ball knowledge, man. So
the last name I had was J-Dub. Listen. He had a 40-point game in the finals.
He did.
I think you have to talk about that. You have to talk about that.
J-Dub is one of those ones I think could go down as like semi overrated. I like his game.
The team is very good around him, but like you have to talk about it because they won the championship. He was definitely the second best player. And
you think he goes to another team like Harden does and does the same thing?
No, OKC does not make that mistake again. They learned from their mistake. OKC.
I'm not saying like I'm not saying they do it, but does he have the same impact like as a Harden on another team?
It's hard to say because Harden turned into damn near a generational player, so probably not. But like that's a hard thing to put on him, like to ask of him anyway. All right, forget it. Who's your number 10?
I at number 10 out of the Eastern Conference, New York Knicks point guard Jalen Brunson.
I also have Jalen Brunson at number 10. I don't know if you want to talk about him at all. I mean, there's a lot to say, but there's also
a lot
much
to say.
There's
a lot and there's a little. I think Jalen Brunson, his all-around game is really good. Will the Knicks be good this year? they have all the potential in the world.
Listen.
They go as Jalen Brunson goes.
I'm respecting Jalen Brunson with this number 10 spot, but I think that it's very fluid, I guess you could say.
Any of those other three that you said could have been in that 10 spot.
I
easily.
also could argue that he's not even the best point guard out east. I really like Trae Young. So I'm giving respect to Jalen Brunson and what he did in the playoffs last year and how good he was in the clutch and closing games for them and things of that nature. But I do think that number 10 spot is very fluid. And like you said, it could have been Cade, could have been AD. AD probably deserves it just because of how good Anthony Davis is.
Mentions.
Hate to go back. We already did number 10.
I hate to go back. I hate to go back. But
we'll
like
bring
you
up
said,
a name.
What's Hallie out there in Indiana? I know he's hurt, but like
I mean, Halliburton
easily,
probably would have been in the top 10 though if he's
not hurt.
He would have been in my top 10 if he wasn't hurt. I'll just say that. He would have been in my top 10.
Yeah. But okay. So 10, Brunson, kind of unanimous 10.
You want me to go with my 9?
Yeah, go with your 9.
A lot of people, or we saw the ESPN list. They had this guy higher. I got Wemby at number 9. I mean, I think, I don't know if it's crazy or not to have Wemby in the top 10 already. But I mean, he's going to take another leap to me. He's definitively probably the best defender in the league, probably for the next 10 plus years. I got Wemby at 9. I think from this season forward, he will be a solidified top 10 player in the league. Maybe top 5. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I mean, based off of what I'm seeing in preseason right now, he looks like everything and more of what he's.
It looks like he got stronger.
Yeah, he just looks like he's kind of like more fluid in everything. He's hitting the 3 ball. It looks, like I said, it looks fluid. Jumper looks good. I don't mind him being at 9. I have Ant at 9.
Really?
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Ant has some proving to do this year.
This is gonna get interesting. This is gonna get.
He took a step back in the playoffs last year. That kind of was like.
They went to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, but he didn't show up.
Okay.
Wow,
like number 9 for Ant.
It's 2 years in a row.
Yeah, I mean,
he took a step forward. Though. He has, but we need to see it. I mean, the media talk about he Baby Jordan. I need to see Baby Jordan-esque performances.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see the rest of your list. This is just gonna get really good. If you have more to say about Ant, keep going because
that's really all I
got to him yet.
I think Ant is easily in the top 5 if he has a crazy season this year. I just personally, I think he had some proving to do in the regular season. I see Ant. Some nights he takes off. He doesn't play every night. I think if he goes into his bag every night and decides I'm gonna be that killer and I want to go to the finals. I don't think if Ant says I want to go to the finals and nobody's gonna stop me, ain't nobody stopping him. So easily could be higher, but in my list right now, he's got to be a little bit lower because I didn't see that killer I wanted to see in the Western Conference Finals.
Okay.
But I think he's gonna be a dog this year for sure.
Okay. Who's your number 8?
I had Wemby at 8.
Okay. I like that.
So
I do think you have Ant a little low, but that's okay. I kind of touched on Wemby a little bit. If you have anything to say about him, you're more than welcome. But
freaking nature, unicorn. Think he's going to be a generational guy.
I don't think he's out of the top 10 after this year. Probably not even the top 5. I mean, it's kind of just he could be the best player in the world after this year.
He could easily be the best player.
You know what I mean?
If he could be. This is years down the line, but the dude could be the best center, best basketball player of all time if he's literally what he's supposed to be. He's a freak of nature.
Yeah, we don't have to dive.
Never seen that before. So on to the next one. Who you got at 7?
Well, you didn't hear my 8 yet.
Oh yeah. You didn't say 8. Fact.
That's where I got LeBron. Now, the fact that you have LeBron ahead of Ant is a little crazy to me. This is I have him at 8. I think listen, LeBron is going to be 41 in December. Okay. Mm-hmm. Nobody's denying this, that there is a chance he is dealing with what is the injury that he's dealing with? I can't think of the name of it now that I'm blanking.
It's a pulled butt cheek. Pretty much.
It's an old man injury.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
very much
so
an
it's some
old man
real.
injury, and
I don't think he's
I'm
gonna
not
get hurt,
saying
but
he's gonna take. I'm not saying he's gonna take a step back, but like it's always a possibility at this point, man. Like Father Time never fails, and I don't think he
never
wants.
fails.
I don't think he wants to go out on Father Time's time, so to say.
Mm.
I think he wants to go out while he's still really good and one of the best players in the league. So we will see what happens when he comes back this year. I still think he's going to be really good. I still think he could be All NBA. I have him at number 8 to start this season just because he was still All NBA. But that's my LeBron take to going into this season. And I'm not. I know that probably sounds negative. Obviously, LeBron is arguably the greatest player of all time. It's not, but he's going to be 41. You know what I mean? And hopefully, like,
100%.
but people were saying this when he was 36. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, he came in and he's done what he's done. So honestly, hopefully he shuts me up. I know I have some crazy LeBron takes. We can probably get into this a little bit later. I'm not gonna
another day, another
yeah,
time.
I'm not
We
gonna
ain't gotta do
say
that right
anything.
now.
But yeah, I
We'll
got
get
LeBron.
spicy on that another day.
I got LeBron at number 8. Do you want me to go with number 7?
Yeah, shoot me
This
number
is
7.
I have KD at 7.
Well, we match up on another one. I got K
You got
Dizzle at
KD.
number 7 as well.
Okay. I
I
mean,
think
not much to say about
he's-
KD either,
not
but I
much.
think this opportunity in Houston, I mean, I don't know if you saw any of his games yet in Houston. Did you see the Hawks game last night at all?
watching preseason stuff. No, I haven't
He
paid
looks
attention.
right in the Rockets uniform. I don't know why. I don't know if it's not necessarily the number. I think he was wearing number 7. I don't know. I'm really bad with numbers, but he looked right, and he looks like he's happy. And they got a
He's playing
squad,
for Ime
man.
again, bro.
They got a squad, man. Like he is one of the shorter ones out there. Like not one of the shorter ones. That's kind of a crazy thing to say,
Yeah,
but
Kevin Durant being
you know what
short.
but you know what I
Yeah,
mean. Like
yeah.
it's him, it's Jabari, it's Shengun, it's they got so many Men Thompson. Like they got all these guys that are just long and athletic. And they're gonna be a handful, bro. They're gonna be a handful. I think he fits right in. It's Kevin Durant. He fits right in anywhere he goes. But yeah, I think he's still top. I mean, obviously we both have him at 7, but I think he's still
Yeah.
well. Again, one of the older guys too. We'll see if he takes a step back.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I think with KD being in Houston this year, he has a chance to either take 10 steps forward in his obviously late career that he's already in. Like he's not in his prime no more, but he's definitely not out of being a top 5 player in this league. I think
he's not.
easily
He
if
hasn't
does-
necessarily slowed down.
No, exactly. He hasn't slowed down. Injuries have probably been the one thing that has slowed him down a bit. And if he stays healthy, KD's a sniper. So easily number 7 for me, with potential to go up in the year. Or if Houston doesn't do well, I could easily see him sliding out, but not really off of his play. I think he's going to be a consistent guy, and continue to be a sniper.
Shout out to Kevin Durant, man. One of my favorite players for sure.
Shout out.
I have a feeling we have the same number 6 as well. Who's your number 6?
My number 6 is Stephen Wardell Curry.
We do. I also have Steph
Yep.
at 6. You got LeBron ahead of all these guys, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
insane.
But we'll get into that when we get into that. But I got Steph at 6. I think it's a great place for him as far as where he's at in his career, as far as he's a transcendent shooter. He's a transcendent basketball player. He's going to continue to do what he does night in and night out on the basketball court. The Golden State Warriors go as he goes. If he's playing well, they're going to be playing well.
Well,
But Jimmy Bucket's got to be Jimmy Bucket's come playoff time.
yeah, we don't.
That's all I'll say on
We
that one.
talked about the Warriors a lot. I think Steph doesn't look like he's slowed down at all either. I mean, we talked about it with KD. I know I'm biased when it comes to Steph because I'm such a big Steph Curry fan, but to me, he could be top 5. He could be better than this next guy I'm about to name. But Steph, for the reasons that we talked about before, like to me, he will never not be good in the NBA. Like he will always be so dangerous and so lethal on the court. And I'm just so happy that he's getting a chance at a title with Jimmy and Al Horford and these guys. We talked about him and the Warriors a little bit, so we don't have to dive in too much to it. But yeah, I think until Steph's 40, he'll probably be in the top 10 at least because
Yeah, I mean, the shooting
That's
ability
like
alone
going
is going to
anywhere.
allow him to be up there.
and the gravity. The gravity is the biggest thing to me. He'll never not be effective on a basketball court. There's just no way. I'll go with 5. This is where I had Ant.
Okay.
I had Ant at number 5.
Talk to me.
I think
Why you
number
got
9
Ant?
is a little bit low. I just think he's taken that leap, man. I think he's one of the best players in the league at this point. I think he's definitely the best shooting guard in the league. You know, we can talk about Booker if Jaylen Brown is still a shooting guard, some of these guys, but I think going to the Western Conference Finals back-to-back years, being the best player, leading a team to the Western Conference Finals back-to-back years, like that's not easy, and that's not something that we're like. I know you said what you said, but I don't think it's taking a step back. Like the fact that you got back to the Western Conference Finals again is crazy, and sure, there's a hurdle that there needs to be overcome because he's not satisfied with that by any means. I think, and even the story that came out, like how he was obsessed with, you know, getting better, and he was locked in this offseason and said he needs to like go to another level. Like I think that's why he's one of the best. He's how much better he gets is relative, but yeah, I think Ant's a top 5 player. I think he's one of the best in the world. The top 4 guys after him to me are kind of like in a tier of their own. The top 3 specifically, the 4th guy that I have at number 4, kind of had a down year last year, which we're gonna get into. But yeah, I think Ant is like a year away, a finals run away, a leading the league in scoring MVP type of year away from being in the conversation with these next guys that we're about to talk about.
Yeah, like I said, with Ant obviously being at 9 for me, I don't think you're wrong in any way, shape, or form. I think that he could easily move up in that list and be a top 5 guy. I just got to see it all at all aspects, start to finish. I've seen too many moments of Ant so far where I just feel like why aren't you going
Who do you have at
100%
5?
right now? Like my 5, this is where I have the GOAT, LeBron James.
Okay. Because if LeBron
I'm
wasn't,
I'm not no,
I was
I'm
gonna
not that
say if he
delusional.
wasn't your
Not that
number 5,
delusional.
we were gonna have to start talking about a few things.
No. LeBron, for all the reasons you had him, would you had him at 7?
I had him at 8.
At 8. All the reasons you had him at 8 is pretty much all the reasons I have him at 5. He's 41 years old in year 23, still averaging 26, 8, and 8. That's unheard of. Doesn't really show signs of slowing down. Obviously, we did talk about the injury. I truly don't think it's an injury. I think he's sitting out, waiting out on his contract. He's on a player option this year. I think he wants to see if they sign him to some money. think he wants to see if he can get traded up out of LA, go somewhere else, see if he can go ring chase somewhere. I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to shoot his way down to Golden State. That's why I've kind of given some Golden State love.
I think that's. I don't think that happened. I think they tried. I don't think that's happening.
Wouldn't be surprised. I've seen crazier things happen in this league, but
I wouldn't
LeBron
want the
James.
Lakers to
If
do
there's
that.
what isn't there to say about LeBron? He's the GOAT in my opinion. He's
Okay.
year 23. But yeah, he easily could be interchangeable with any of those other 3 older guys in my opinion. Steph, KD.
Yeah, I had.
those
It's
are the
fun. I
2.
thought it was funny how I ended up having Steph at 6, KD 7, LeBron at 8, because I mean those are our childhood guys. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's
we grew up with
really
those guys.
really cool that they're still really good.
Still
right now.
going.
Yeah.
Top 10, still being top 10 in the league at all in the LeBron 40 plus, all in the other 2 at 30 plus is ridiculous. Close to their 40s is just crazy. So, kudos to those guys. Kudos to Braun. That's who I got on my 5. Who you got at 4? Or should I? No, do I go with
You
my
can
4?
lead with your number 4. I think this is where it really gets fun because I think these guys are these 4 are in a bit of a stratosphere of their own. So
Yeah. I have Luka at 4
I
this
also
year.
have Luka
I
at
think
4.
he's got a lot to prove. I've seen his weight go down drastically, gotten back in shape. He's looked good overseas this summer. I think the Lakers, much like those other teams we talked about, go as he goes. But they got to get some more around him. So Luka has to be Luka for that team to be good. But
100%.
personally, Luka could be higher on this list. He could be lower. If he wins MVP this year, I could see him going up to top 2.
Big if.
If he wins a scoring title, he could be top 2 as well. But if he doesn't do anything and we see the Lakers are second to last or a play-in team this year, he could easily drop out of the top 10. So I think Luka has a ton to prove this year.
Drop out of the top 10?
I don't. Maybe that's a little much, but I can
That's a
see.
little much.
Wait, okay, but think about this: with the guys that are coming back that are healthy, you got the
That's really
Embiids, you
just
got
Halliburton, Embiid, and Tatum.
and Tatum. That's enough to
And
drop him
bro,
out of
but
the
we
top.
are talking about Luka Doncic. Like the only reason I have
But
Luka
okay,
at 4 is because he had a quote unquote down year, and
those
he
are
was
two.
traded
Yeah,
in the middle of the season, and coming off of an injury while being traded. Like
yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of like 2 years at this point. Like the Dallas year before that wasn't good. Like, yes,
they went to
they
the.
made it to the finals. They made it to the finals. I know they made it to the finals, but
How
he
is that not
lost. He
good,
lost. That
bro?
wasn't. You don't make it to the like and just count that as like good. Like, yes, he's still top five. I'm not taking him out the top five, but
Okay.
you come to LA and you don't average 30. You don't make it to the playoffs. You don't win a scoring title or MVP. Like, I'm not keeping you in the top five. I mean, you might drop down
Sure, we could,
to
but
nine.
we gotta talk about
I
it
got
though.
Ant at my
Still,
9 right now.
yeah, and that
Like
was
you,
wild to me in the first
but
place.
like, but this is my thought process because if you're not winning, if you're not producing, like you're not
They
doing
were in
what
the
you're
Western
supposed to be
Conference
doing,
Finals back to back. The T Wolves were in the Western Conference
and they both
Finals back.
and he choked in both finals. He
Okay,
didn't
so
play
you're
good.
saying if you don't win the championship, you're not good enough.
I'm not saying you're not good enough, but I'm saying that you have to account for that. Like that, just because you make it, don't mean that automatically keeps you in the top 10. If you lose that bitch, that gotta mean something too. Excuse my language.
Halliburton would have been in the top 10 this year because
if he
he
was
made it to the finals.
no, I think
Because he
he's in
led
the
that
top
team
10.
to the finals. Like, I don't objective, like, we can argue Jalen Brunson over Tyrese Halliburton, like, day to day, right? But the fact that Tyrese Halliburton led a team to the finals last year, he would have been above Braun for me, probably. He would have been like I would have been debating between him and Steph and KD, I think. Just off the top of my head, I don't know. I would have deliberated it more. But
Yeah.
that's in my brain where I would have had him. I would have definitely had him above Jalen Brunson just because of that finals
He
run.
would have been knocked out of the top 10.
The fact that Luka
He'd have been
Doncic
10.
has led a team to the finals before is enough for me. And we know what Luka is, and we've seen what he can do. Like, I think you're discrediting these runs a little bit just because they ended up losing.
I'm not discrediting the run. I'm just saying you can't make it there and then fall asleep in the finals. At least if you lose and you was the best player, you played
Listen, the
you left it
Timberwolves
all out there on the
Timberwolves
floor.
lost to the champion. And
Yes. And Ant got shut down multiple games.
well,
Can't happen.
he still deserves to be higher than 9 just for the run alone.
He's in the top 10.
He's my it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Could possibly because Vic is my 8, who easily could have been 9, but Vic, I believe, has a higher upside in the long run.
But we're talking about the top 10 this year, though. That's my point.
Yeah, going into this year.
That's why Joel Embiid isn't on the list.
The 9th best player in the league.
Like Joel Embiid would be perennial top 3, top 5 if he was fully healthy, but we know
if he was fully healthy.
He didn't have that type of season last year.
We're basing it off of last year for sure.
Which is why Luka Doncic isn't like 3 or 2 or even 1.
If we base it off of regular season play too, if I even take it off of just regular season, take out the playoffs, I think.
Well, that's not fair at all.
Still number 9 on my list. Luka's still.
You can't just take out the playoffs.
Like,
all right, let's move on.
Go ahead. Who's your 4?
My 4 was Luka as well. Who's your 3?
Okay. My 3 was the Greek freak Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Okay. You want to talk about Giannis? I mean, we differ there a little bit. We're down to these nitty and gritties, but I got Shea at number 3.
Okay. I mean, I got Greek freak at 3 because Milwaukee last year didn't do much. I mean, obviously they had their woes with injuries throughout the whole season, and Dame in the playoffs, that was their little experiment to try to push them over the hump and get back. But I think this year he's going to be an absolute dominant. He's going to go back into freak form, and he's just going to be just a dominant force over there in the Eastern Conference, and there's not going to be really anybody to stop him other than the Joel Embiids, the guys that are above him in this list on my mind. But even them, it's going to be a handful every night in and night out. And that's the thing with Greek Freak. He's going to play night in and night out. Every time he touched that floor, you're going to get the same thing out of him.
I think Giannis could lead the league in scoring next year. I do.
Easily, not
And
easily, but yes, I definitely think he could.
Just with the workload that he's gonna have, the amount of not touches that he's gonna get per night, but he's gonna have the ball in his hands the whole time, like literally the whole time. And I don't think that's why I'd have him above Shea. I mean, we'll both talk about Shea a little bit. He is my number 3. Shea came off one of the best seasons that a player can really have as an NBA player, and I still think I have Giannis above him. But nonetheless, like, we have to give Shea his flowers. I mean, MVP, Finals MVP, led the league in scoring. It's probably about as good as you can do in terms of an NBA player. And the Thunder obviously set up to compete for titles for many, many, many years to come. So Shea has an opportunity to truly be an all-time great. I think he said the other day he wants to be better than Kobe. So, like, we'll see where their career pans out. But I think it's hard for, and I think it's the reason Steph Curry was never considered like perennially the greatest player in the world. It's hard to be considered that at 6'3", 6'4", like not the biggest, like not the strongest. So that's my biggest thing with him. I think Giannis, and just to go into it, Giannis is my number 2. I think he's just better overall. I think he does more things on the court, which is probably the argument that you could always make against those smaller guards. But he's obviously a better defender. He's going to rebound the ball more. And I think he just, objectively is a better player than Shea. I don't know. What do you think? Obviously, you have Shea above him, but
yeah, I do have Shea at my 2. I think,
which I wouldn't argue at all, coming off the season we just
the season that he had. There's a lot that goes into that, but also with Shea, like you said, being a smaller guy in this league and being able to dominate the way that he does and make it look as smooth and as cool and have the
say the word.
He has an effect on the game that
say the word
is he has an impact not on just the game. He has an impact on all of it. I think
you don't
he's
know the
kind
word
of.
I'm thinking of, do you?
No, I don't think we're thinking of the same. I don't think we're going down the same path. I think I'm going down the path of aura for sure. Yeah, he definitely has an aura. I mean, he's going to be the face of the league in the next couple of years. I think he definitely takes that crown.
We'll see.
Just because he doesn't say much, he just goes out there and balls.
I think that's why he might not be it, but we'll see.
I don't know. I think the league might. That's the conversation for another day.
Sure.
But Shea at number 2, I think, is very warranted. And the guy that I'm guessing we both have at number 1, I think he's going to be MVP this year. Honestly, like, I don't think there's a question about it. If Denver is as good as I think they can be, they sniffed it last year. They were right there. Probably should have been there. I mean, obviously. Minnesota and OKC were both really good teams last year, and were able to get to that conference final. But I think Denver with Joker, they're gonna be nasty.
I think if I had a vote, I probably would have voted for Jokic last year. Whether he wins it this year is to be seen. But yeah, I think we both have Jokic at 1. I think he's definitely the best player in the world still. And Denver got better. Denver definitely got better. I think Michael Porter Jr. being gone.
He's not there anymore. Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. Being gone, I think Cam Johnson is going to fill that role much better. They got Brucey Brown back, which is going to be cool. I think it was kind of weird. We haven't heard about Bruce Brown since he really left Denver.
Had to go get his bag for a year.
Went and got a bag. played mess around for a couple years. Now he's back. So we'll see if he makes an impact again. That'll be cool. But yeah, man, there's a ton you can say about Jokic when it comes to the offensive skill set. He's not the greatest defender in the world, and that's always been one of his downfalls. But
he would just stand in the lane.
I mean, he's not a terrible. He's in the right spots. He's not the most athletic, so he's not jumping and blocking shots. He's a solid rim protector, just not the best in the world. But man, he's probably the greatest offensive center ever. He's definitely the greatest passing center ever. And you got to really appreciate basketball to like watching and
Yeah, to like him and like
knowing
see
Nikola
the
Jokic's
impact he
game.
has.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got to
yeah.
appreciate the
I
game
mean,
for sure.
there's been way too many times where I'm seeing him late shot clock, just he gets to the pass at the top of the keys in his drain, knocking it down. It's like, all right, what are you gonna do about that? He's 7 foot, he's over 7 foot, and he's just throwing it up over his head. So nah, I think Joker is definitely the number one best player in the league right now. And if anybody is gonna possibly take that throne, it'd be one of those two other guys that we talked about as far as two
Or
or three.
Wemby.
Wemby down the line. I don't think Wemby takes the one spot this year. Like, okay, that's a good question though. Who do you think out of the top 10 could possibly make that jump to number one next year? Luka. Okay.
Luka.
I'd probably
I think any of those guys in the top 4 for me, and then also Wemby. Any of those guys in the top 4, and then Wemby. So Jokic, Giannis, Shea, Luka, and Wemby. All after next season are who I think could be in the considered.
Throw a
the greatest player in
curveball
the
at
world.
you because I think he's gonna have a crazy season this year. As much as it pains me to say it, I think Steph Curry might be the best player in the league after this year if he wins a chip.
If they win a chip, but again,
if he wins a chip and possibly wins like an MVP, like if he has an MVP season.
Like, I mean, you saying this to me, I don't know what you're trying to do here, but
I'm not trying to do anything. I'm giving you my honest opinion.
I did just make the point though about how hard it is for a small guard like that to be considered the best in the world. Even when he was the unanimous MVP. When nobody had ever done that before.
But that was when Braun was at his peak. So
but we're
talking about a whole different league.
Yeah, but I don't know, bro. 37.
I don't think any of those top 4 that we
Curry.
just talked about could diminish a MVP season out of Steph Curry, a Finals MVP season out of Steph Curry.
I'm here for it, but it would be really hard. It would be really hard, and I'm here for it for sure. And I like that your head is there, but
I think he's gonna have a crazy season. It's gonna be a lot of nights where I'm probably gonna be pissed off sitting here watching Steph Curry knock down countless 3 after countless 3 from half court and beyond. But I mean, hey, that's where the NBA is going. It's what he's tailored it to. So I won't be surprised.
We're gonna do this NBA teams thing, right?
Let's do it. Let's knock it out, man.
So let's tell the people what we're doing first. So we were just talking the other day, and I asked JP if he thought he could name all 30 NBA teams just off the top of his head. Now, you don't have a list pulled up or anything, do you? Like, you're not cheating here. You're being genuine.
I'm not cheating. I'm genuine, brother. I'm genuine.
I'm
not going to say I didn't pull up a list earlier in the day and look at them a little bit, try to get my mind right. But, hey.
I still don't think you're going to be able to do it. But I'm not even going to give you a timer. I just want to see if you can name all 30. And because if you can't, I think I can do it. I think I could go by division and name them by division. So if you can't, we'll do that, and that'll just be a fun way for us to keep our heads straight. But this is just something we wanted to do because we were talking about it on.
All right,
so
you want to pull up a list?
I got it. I'm
you can just
ready.
Mark them off as I'm going. Are you ready?
I'm ready to go. So whenever you want to
start.
All
right, people. Now let's just give them a little background as far as like why we talked about it as far as like how we got here. Want to talk about this list, but why don't you think I can name all 30 teams?
Because I have been able, because I've tried to do it so many times, like trying to learn the divisions, and like I always get stumped. I always like forget a team. And so like I've done it so many times that like you just trying to do it the first time, like unless you did some weird shit like off camera and like we're really studying your shit, like trying to memorize. But I don't know. I think it's gonna be hard.
The photographic memory. I don't know.
All right. Well, let's go.
Let's rattle it off. Let's go. Let's go with the guys that I can remember. The top guys go Miami, Chicago, Boston, LA.
Okay. Wait. Yeah, see, this is gonna be hard. We're gonna have to slow down.
That's why I told you gotta pull up a list, man.
I have it, but I got Chicago, Miami. You said an LA, but you didn't say which LA.
Lakers and Clippers.
Clippers. Okay, keep going. Boston, I got.
Detroit.
Okay.
Toronto.
Okay, that's Philly. The one I thought you weren't gonna get. Lol. Philly.
Charlotte.
Okay.
Phoenix. Memphis. What am I looking at? Sacramento. I already said Cleveland, right? Yeah, I already said Cleveland.
No, you didn't.
Didn't Washington, Atlanta. How did I always forget Atlanta? I used to live there. Milwaukee, Indiana. How many teams are in Texas? San Antonio, Dallas. Isn't there another team in Texas? Uh, Memphis.
Got Memphis.
I already got Memphis. Minnesota. That was the M. I always get them mixed up. Golden State. We've been talking about Steph Curry all night. Just started with them. Brooklyn. Utah. I
Okay.
almost fucked up. I almost messed up Utah. I can't be cursed. I can't be cursed. I gotta stop. Denver. We've been talking about Jokic.
This is actually impressive.
What am I missing? I gotta miss. What am I missing? Like 5 or 6 teams now.
You're missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Take your time. Take your time. Don't try to rush. Like, take your time.
What am I missing here? What am I missing? More Western Conference teams or Eastern Conference?
See, that's why I don't want to give you a hint though, because like I go by division, so like that's why it makes it easier for me.
New Orleans.
Okay, that's one.
I haven't said them yet.
Nope. Five more.
Orlando. Did I say Orlando?
Nope. Got Orlando. 4 more.
4. Okay, this is where it gets dicey because like now I'm like really digging deep in my brain here. I'm like, what am I missing?
This is where it gets hard doing it like randomly off the top of your brain. This is why I knew. But take your time. You've done it in good time. Like we would still be under 7 minutes for sure. So I didn't even give you a timer.
4 teams. All right. I say Portland.
Nope. That's one of them.
Oh, all right, bet Portland's on there.
These last 3 are pretty notable. Pretty notable teams.
Teams. Who have I not said? I said Philly, right?
Said Philly.
Did I say Boston? Yeah, I started with
Said
Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Memphis?
Said
nope,
Memphis.
said Memphis. Said Memphis, Minnesota. Sacramento? Nope, says the Kings already.
Said
Said the
Kings. Mm-hmm.
Okay, see?
That's one of them. 2 more.
All right, bet. One more. Well, I got one more, 2 more. 2 more. Was one of them a championship champ recently? No. Am I a fan of either of the team?
No.
Yeah, I'm stumped. I'm looking to I'm stumped. No way I got the last 2 and I can't remember these 2.
Don't give up. Don't give up because these are 2 notable teams, like I said.
Did I name all the teams in Texas? Houston.
That's one of them. One more team. You're gonna hate yourself if you can't get this one for sure. I'm actually really impressed though. Like I'm actually really impressed because going off it just randomly like that, I don't know if I would have been able to do that. Maybe I don't know.
It's because I'm forgetting who I said already.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Who am I missing? What's the first letter? No, give me no, don't give me a hint. Don't give me a hint. Not yet.
It's one of the, it's yeah.
I'm gonna be so mad. I can't figure out.
And
this
based
name.
off the way that you were like doing it, like in your brain, how you were gonna do it, this is like the one team. Like, whenever you're ready for a hint, I have a good hint because you'll probably get it after that.
Yeah, give me a hint. Give me a hint.
You said you were gonna do it based on the major cities. What is the major city?
The major city. That's not
The
Knicks,
major
is it?
city. Yes, this is the Knicks.
It was the Knicks.
It was the Knicks.
I didn't say the Knicks. I could have
didn't say
sworn
the
I said the
Knicks.
Knicks already.
You did not say the Knicks. That was the one team you
Wow.
had left.
Wow. Whatever. Well,
I knew you were gonna get it off that.
I got
that was
29.
impressive. That was impressive. That was impressive. That was impressive. I'm not gonna lie. That was really, really impressive.
I appreciate that.
I didn't. I wasn't expecting you to be able to do that. Now, do you want?
I
to try
kind
to
of impress myself.
Do you want to try to learn your divisions?
Yeah, because I have no
Now,
idea what the division.
I don't know how. This is just kind of like the unplugged shit that we're gonna do at the end of podcasts. I don't know all the names. Now I know. So, Atlantic Division. Let me pull these up. Yeah, but I don't want to cheat because I want to try to name them by division. So, okay, it pulled up the Atlantic. Oh no, this is Southeast. Okay, so good. This is what I thought the Atlantic Division was. So this is the Southeast in the East. I knew it anyway, but I'm gonna name them. It's the Hawks. It's the two Florida teams, Orlando and Miami, and then it's Washington and it's Charlotte. So that's the Southeast.
That's a crazy group of. I guess that makes somewhat sense. You said the two Florida teams,
Yeah.
Atlanta, Charlotte,
And
what was the other one?
Washington.
Washington. Yeah, Washington's the one that throws it
They're a
off.
little-
Like, why did they? They're
I mean,
they're further up.
it's a
they're
little
up
bit
north.
weird.
They're almost up north.
Yeah,
You know,
that one's a little bit weird. And then there's, I think it's called Central Out East.
Hmm.
I don't know, but the Central Out East is where I always get stumped. So that's Chicago, Indiana, Milwaukee, Detroit, and Cleveland.
Okay, that makes sense. So it's 5-5. Okay, that
Yep.
makes sense. That makes why they put Washington in that one, because Washington can almost fit in that division almost.
Yeah, but you got to choose
If you're
like, one or
doing
the other.
like geographically.
And then what is it? Northeast, I think, is the name of the division. So that's like Boston, Philly, Toronto, and then Brooklyn and New York.
Yeah.
And then out west, what's the bottom out west? Southwest? I don't know. That might be what it's called. But like the Southwest teams are Memphis, which is weird because they're in Tennessee. Still
Yeah,
weird that
they're
they're even
Tennessee.
a Eastern
In the
Conference
Western
team.
Conference. Or
Yeah.
It should be Eastern Conference team.
Memphis, New Orleans. And if you can get those two in the Southeast, the rest are Texas teams. You forgot Houston because you tried. You were like, what are all the Texas teams?
I was like, what? I know I could have
But
sworn I
it's
said all the
Houston,
Texas
San Antonio, and then Dallas.
Dallas. Facts.
So that's the Southwest. And then maybe Atlantic was what I was thinking. No, I think that's Pacific out west. The Pacific out west is Clippers, Lakers, and then Warriors, Kings, and Suns. That's Pacific out west. And then Northwest, I get stumped on this one a lot too, is Portland, Minnesota, OKC, Denver, and now I'm on the last team and I can't think of it. Would be the last team up there. Portland, OKC, Denver, Utah, Minnesota. Utah was who I didn't say. So that's how I do it by division. And low key,
Yeah, no,
like
I would
maybe
never
it was
remember that.
maybe like it's harder doing it that way.
That's
I really don't
definitely
know.
harder doing it that way, brother.
I don't know, but
like, I mean,
that's how I
unless you
know it
can
now.
remember that it's 5 teams in each division, like that's the only way I'd be able to.
I mean,
remember
that's what I do.
But,
Yeah,
like,
that's what
yeah.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're missing a team somewhere.
Facts. No, that's what's up, man.
Yeah. Well, I think that's all we got for episode one.
Yeah.
A little bit of unplugged at the end. How long did we go? We just crossed over the 1 hour mark, so we really didn't
That's-
go.
I mean, hey.
We didn't go long at all.
That's good enough for me to start. You know, can't be mad about 1 hour on the first pod. It'll get longer as it progresses and as we get comfortable. You know, maybe
100%.
even kind of like incorporate chat as they grow. And
100%. I was literally going
ask
to
them
shout
some
out some of the
questions.
people in the chat because some people were saying something, and I don't know if I prefaced that I wasn't going to be responding to chat, but Carter, Series, Melts, Sugar Pie, I see you guys. We do these live, so if you guys ever want to tune in live, we will put links in the description and all sorts of that thing. All sorts of those things. Wow, we're getting to the end of the podcast
Yeah,
on the
man.
first one. It's only been an hour long and I already can't speak. This is great.
It's all good.
This is
It's all
great.
good, man.
But yeah, I think that's all we got. Maybe we'll get into some more unplugged stuff. I know we have some other things we can talk about. I know you sometimes want to talk about like the NFL and things of that nature. We can talk about that Steelers game a little bit if you want to.
Hey, man, you know, you see me black and yellow. I'm representing.
Well, should
all
we
the
talk
time.
about that game last night?
I mean, we can talk about the Unk Bowl. My Steelers defense just did not show up yesterday,
They
and that's
did
okay. You know, it's one game. It's one game. I'm not too worried. There's a lot of commentators, a lot of fans out here in the Berg, because that's where I'm located at the moment. That just don't see the vision. It's one game. It's a marathon, not a race. Mike T knows what he's
that
doing.
That wasn't right. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
A race is race sprint. Same thing.
A marathon is. I think a marathon is a race.
It's a form of a race.
You meant to say it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Stick with what I said. And stick to my guns. We're gonna get that on a t-shirt. It's a marathon, not a race.
Oh Lord! All right, I think that's a good way.
Getting delusional. Been a long week. Been a long day. But
we got
my
this done,
Steelers
though.
defense didn't show up, so they're gonna show up come next week. Got a nice little semi-bye week going. But yeah, we'll chat more NFL as the pod progresses, and we'll talk other sports and whatnot.
So we're definitely doing this on a
segment.
Friday right now. I think we're gonna try to do it on Mondays, right? I think that's the goal.
Hey, shoot, maybe we do. We'll chat about that more off.
Yeah,
the,
I mean, I'd
off
like
the
to.
pod.
I'd
but
like.
yeah, we'll get a
Mondays is the
consistent
goal,
schedule.
but you guys will know
Yeah.
the schedule nonetheless. And if you happen to be from stream, I'll definitely be talking about it in the stream as well. So
For sure.
nonetheless, man, we
For
appreciate
sure,
you guys
man.
tuning in. I hope that you enjoyed. Whether you're listening on YouTube, whether you're listening on Spotify, Apple Music, thank you for being here. Be sure to like the episode, leave it 5 stars, and we'll be back for episode 2.
Hit that like button or I'm gonna beat your ass. No, I'm playing.
Later, y'all. I like that ending. That was good. I like that. Solid.
With it.
Chat, is anybody here? I know I didn't get to. I like feel bad because I didn't say anything to you guys when you were in the chat. I should have pinned a message or something that said I wasn't going to be talking.
Learning
chat.
lessons.
But yeah, definitely learning lessons. Carter, I don't know if you're still here. Sugar Pie, Saries. W pulling up though. I don't gotta hold you hostage anymore. If you want to go ahead and slide.
Wait, huh?
I said I wasn't gonna hold you hostage anymore. If you want to go ahead and slide.
All right, hey, hold on, wait, hostage, okay?
No, that was good though. That was good. I enjoyed that.
That was fire. It was definitely good times. Good times. We'll get more of those going. I was honestly thinking maybe like I like the Friday vibes. Definitely want to get Mondays going. I mean, I'd be down to do like a Monday, Friday thing. If you want to do both days, or if you just want to rock out on Mondays. I'm down
Dude,
for
both
whatever.
days would be lit. It's more content, more opportunity to get it out there for sure. So,
Like I said, I can definitely
holy shit, the
carve out
Warriors
an
game.
hour to an hour and a half out of my day to do this.
Well, I think
easily
we should
because-
start doing them like a little longer too. I don't think.
Yeah, I
long
mean,
hurts anybody.
as the conversation progresses and as we feel a little bit more in depth on those conversations, and it'll get longer and be more natural. I think we're just feeling each other out, feeling our talking levels out and whatnot. So, but no, that was dope. Definitely feel like that was way more constructive than our other times of doing it.
Yeah, we kind of just yapped before. All right, stream. I'm gonna go ahead and end things over there. I appreciate you guys pulling up though. I think I'm taking the weekend off, so I will see you guys back on Monday. I'm gonna shout you guys out in the Discord though, just to make sure you know that I know you were here. But later.